that's over here. Whatever, actually, no. Where you are is you on this side. Where you want to be is over here. What's up, billionaires? We are back, and I wanted to talk about something that's been on my heart. So I recently just got off a call with this fashion designer who I've pretty much followed for years, and she was having master classes. And so I thought it was a perfect opportunity because for 2024, I have really been trying to figure out how to bridge that gap, right? So for me, bridging the gap is like, how do I take these skills and this, talent of mine? Excuse me, it's kind of crooked. How do I take these skills and this talent of mine and turn this into a six-figure business in which I can create full time and do what I love to do? So it's like I've been doing this thing since I was in college, some of a little bit of high school, but how do I take this now and make this a career? And also, how do I get into these spaces where it's like social media is a really weird world? Like, you see these people only through socials and you feel like you know them because you engage with them so much, but it's like, I'm aware that this is not the real world. So when it comes to these designers and it comes to these music artists or it comes to other just artists in general, no matter the field, I want to be able to work with them because they have impacted my life as an artist in some type of way. And I want to get back to that, whether that's, doing a project or having them wear my clothes or going on set and creative directing or just directing a music video, any of those things. It's like, how do I get to that point of bridging the gap? So here in 2024, that's what I'm doing. And I really just want to encourage you guys to do the same and just talk about a few things that have helped me so far with bridging that gap. And I'll just say it, like, honestly, you got to take the risk. Like, I had never done a course before in which I've paid for out of my own pocket to try to learn from somebody else who has been in the game and who has been doing it. Because, stuff is weird. Like, you don't know people. You never really know if they're going to be genuine or if they're just going to just give you the bare minimum breadcrumbs and get that money to, like, do what they want to do, which is make six figures and have multiple streams of income. But you really got to take that leap. And it's not enough to be like, well, I don't know the outcome of this. I don't know how this is going to go. Even from my own experience, I did this call with Araya, and she was absolutely amazing, like the absolute sweetest. And that's what I always talk about. Like, if the platform is not helping, it's time to rethink that platform. So just to know that there's people out here willing to help you, I think that's how you bridge the gap. And she shared something with me that I think is pretty much self-explanatory, and we all know it, but it's simply like, just lead with authenticity. Like, be yourself. That is what's going to get you the people that, you want to work with. They're going to see your art. They're going to see what you have to offer. And that's how you bridge the gap. Like, you start putting yourselves in the room. Like, you keep praying, you keep refining your craft because people are going to find you. And when they find you, you have to be ready. So the biggest thing is that authenticity is always going to have you. You're always going to be who you are. And bridging that gap is just keep doing the personal projects. Like, every time I come across like creatives and who are my friends or just people that I'm meeting at these events or just talking to, the biggest thing is just do the stuff that matters to you. Like, do the things that are important to you. Do the things that you can't see yourself, spending another waking life of your hour of your life not doing. That's what's going to get you to the places where you're meant to be at. Because as funny as it is, that means that you are in alignment. You are in line with your purpose and what you have for your life, and that's how you bridge the gap, right? And I'll be honest, sometimes you got to unplug from socials. That's what I'm doing right now. I have gotten on there to do my little 1-2 with Friends with Imagination and just kind of keep up with stuff. But for the most part, I do my big one and then I leave. Even if my big one is just posting something I'm supposed to be promoting at the time, and then I leave. That's the big one for me. So, yeah, that's what I do. But yeah, and just honestly being honest with yourself and what that bridge gap looks like for you. Like, how do you really want to bridge the gap is what I'm saying. Like, what does that look like? Because for me, like I said, bridging that gap looks like being a 6-figure business owner, making my own hours, doing the things that I love to do, traveling, being on sets of music videos or other fashion productions and giving my input, having collabs with other brands. Like, for example, I love that artists are getting the spotlight right now, especially with shoes. Like, people are going after creatives and collabing on shoes, collabing on merch, collabing on bags, and rocking with that. That's something that I want to do. Like, whatever it is, that's over here. Whatever, actually, no. Where you are is you on this side. Where you want to be is over here. So now we're focusing on bridging that gap. What is it that's going to get you from literally point A to point B? So that's what I mean when I say bridge the gap. So what is it going to take for you to figure out who you want to be, who you are now, and then to make those conscious efforts and steps every day of your life to get there? And I also just saw something that was like a really hot take on manifestation. Y'all probably like, it's not a hot take, girl, it's the truth. But the quickest way to manifest something, and I'm going to say this too, because I talked about it in one of the podcast episodes, is to be grateful for what you already have, because you lack nothing. The moment that you start asking for things, you are making it aware to God, universe, whatever you want to call it, that you do not have something and you lack. But I'm a firm believer that if I'm a child of God, I literally lack nothing. If anything, I'm just not applying myself to what I have going on. And with that, it's like, you know, let's be honest. Because relationships always hit us in the chest, okay? So let's just say you had a partner and your partner was like, I really want you to do XYZ for me. But you're looking at them like, why would I do XYZ for you and you aren't showing up in this way? Or I don't feel comfortable, or I'm doing what I can. That's really a bad analogy, but what I'm trying to get at is you can't get to the next level without appreciating what you already have. You know what I mean? And it's even, you just will always be searching for the next fix, the next accomplishment, and you're wondering why you feel so unfulfilled. So truthfully, even if you were given everything that you wanted today, it would not do enough for you, because A, there's lessons to learn on that bridge, on that road, on that exit to get to the next one on where you want to be. It's a whole process in between. It's not just getting your vehicle and driving over and going to the next point. You know what I mean? There's things that happen in the process of everything. So you got to sit there and figure out what in your life is it that you need to be learning. And if you are lacking, which you're never lacking, I'll say, for lack of better words, if you are feeling like you're not doing something, sit with yourself and figure out how you can get to that next level. Simple. And you'll realize that you have everything that you need to have. It's just, you got to be the one sometimes to get up and start putting the pieces together, because the pieces aren't going to start doing it for themselves. So you got to take those risks. You got to figure out what that is, that point B you're trying to get to, in the most effective way of getting there, having faith, having the courage, and pushing yourself, because you cannot stay in the comfort zone. You trying to bridge the gap, I'm telling you, is outside the comfort zone. So I just wanted to give some insight on that real quick. Didn't want to be a super long video, but I did just want to talk about really bridging that gap, because you can do it. You have all the resources, you have all the things, you've taken the courses, you've read the books, but all you have to do is keep showing up for yourself, keep being authentic, and keep applying the pressure and do those personal projects, because that's where the passion lies. When stuff is all said and done, you did that project because you had the idea, God gave it to you. You figured it out, you found a plan, you executed it, and you saw something that wasn't even there in the physical yet, but you made it physical. So to all my artists, for you to even have that superpower to take something that you can't see and to make it in something that is physical, you know you can do anything. So that's my real spill today. I had to hop on here and just share that with y'all, because I am definitely in the process of bridging that gap. And I want to take you guys with me and what that looks like, and it's doing myself a disservice to keep everything to myself. So hope it helped y'all, and yeah, see you next time.